The story you are about to hear is considered one of the most disturbing child abuse cases in recent American history. At first glance, nothing about the family seemed unusual. There were smiling photos online, videos with music playing in the background, posts about family life, holidays, and everyday moments. To people outside the house, it looked normal. But investigators would later discover that behind those walls, a 7-year-old boy had allegedly been living in conditions so severe that even experienced detectives struggled to process the evidence. This is the case of Adrian Jones. Years before the case made national headlines, warning signs had already appeared. Reports described injuries, isolation, and signs of abuse. Social workers were contacted multiple times. Police had spoken to the family before. At one point, Adrian reportedly told adults that his father had hurt him badly. But despite those reports, he remained in the home. And over time, the situation allegedly became much worse. Investigators later discovered that the family had moved between states, making oversight more complicated. Different agencies became involved at different times, and concerns were repeatedly documented without long-term intervention. As the years passed, Adrian became increasingly isolated from the outside world. According to investigators, he was rarely seen by neighbors or other children. The family claimed they were homeschooling him, which meant there were fewer outside interactions and fewer opportunities for anyone to notice what was happening inside the house. Then investigators uncovered something that shocked even veteran officers. The home reportedly contained dozens of surveillance cameras. Authorities later recovered hundreds of photos and recordings from inside the house. Prosecutors said the footage appeared to document daily punishment and control. In many of the recordings, Adrian looked extremely thin and withdrawn. Investigators claimed he was frequently restrained, isolated for long periods, and punished over small things, including food. What disturbed many people most was not just the abuse itself, but how organized it allegedly appeared to be. According to court records, the cameras were not installed for security. They were allegedly used to constantly monitor a 7-year-old child. Over time, investigators said Adrian appeared quieter and more fearful in the recordings. In some footage, he barely reacted at all. Detectives later described reviewing the evidence as emotionally overwhelming. But one of the most chilling parts of the case came later. Online, the family still appeared normal. Photos showed vacations, smiling moments, and family activities. Nothing in those posts hinted at what investigators would eventually uncover. That contrast became one of the biggest reasons the case shocked the country. People kept asking the same question: how could something this serious stay hidden for so long? Then in November 2015, police responded to a domestic violence call connected to the family home. At first, officers had no idea they were about to uncover one of the most disturbing investigations the state had ever seen. As detectives searched deeper into the property, the truth about Adrian's disappearance slowly began to emerge. Investigators later concluded that Adrian had died weeks earlier. The case immediately gained national attention, not only because of the horrifying allegations, but because there had reportedly been years of warning signs before his death. Authorities later accused Michael Jones and Heather Jones of systematically abusing Adrian over a long period of time. Court records described a pattern of control, punishment, and isolation that investigators said continued for months. As more details became public, outrage spread across the country. Many people questioned how multiple agencies had reportedly interacted with the family over the years, without permanently removing the child from the environment. The case eventually led to lawsuits, public criticism, and changes to child welfare procedures. In 2021, Kansas passed Adrian's Law, requiring child welfare investigators to visually examine children during abuse investigations. For many people, the law became a reminder that this case was not only about one family, it was also about the systems that failed to recognize how dangerous the situation had allegedly become. And even today, one question still follows this case. If so many warning signs were already there, why didn't anyone stop it sooner?